me finding this process is kind of useless in a sense, because I already knew what I need to do. But just in case this has some sort of value for someone else that doesn't quite know or understand why it is so important to sit in our pain. I'd really love to go through the steps of where I've been today. Best way is to use my journal, I guess. I woke up feeling pretty good. Some things were aligning. My jaw and my neck felt some really great cracks and pops. Because these are the things I've been working on for so long, and yet still are not complete for many of reasons. It's hard to go into to explain the past, but we'll just do today. I did my cards. For today, the theme of today was thinking of many choices available to us all. And that's what's been on my mind. I woke up feeling successful within. Like recognition was going to be close. My shifts are almost complete. But the doing card that I pulled out is deceptions. Potentially exposing them. Seeing so clearly lately and feeling my throat and neck and truth aligning so well this morning. Jaws finding their place like I've never felt before. Still feel like screaming and crying. Perhaps I need to shift energies I've been collecting from others. Seeing their deep hurts they're not willing to expose. Or more so, admit to. My mother, my kids, my loved ones. I love everyone on some level. But people won't listen to help. The pure love. They have to see for themselves the deceptions of the systems they've given their power to. What other ways can I disconnect from the old system? And then I did the echo, part of coherent healing, tapped into online session. And I realized my echo for the month is trust without evidence. Within myself, but it seems other people too. So that was a realization that came last night and that I'm speaking of this morning. That even though I can see how harmful the things are people are doing to themselves, there's nothing that I can do about that. I can have the answer for them, but there's nothing I can do. But there was a divine message that came through last night as well that was literally, your loved ones are safe. Trust the divine universe. So they will learn. They're not going to I guess, be unalived. Divine flow is really ramping up. As I wrote a text I wasn't going to send, he appeared at the door. I can't hide the tears now, just like the song said a few moments before. Deceptions, the false face we put on, falling off. My own face. I've been hurting for a little while. It's time for them to see the tears, I guess, that I didn't want them to see. Before he originally had to leave, I was doing a reading. I read the card, the meaning of the cards. I was reading them, but I could have cried then, but I didn't, because I didn't want him to see. Hierarchy of my needs is what the reading was for. Realizing I can't help other people, I decided to focus on what do I need then. But they were all accurate, but all very sad. And at the top for self-actualization is loss, grief, and disappointment. Science been pointing to this a lot lately. I need to express this and give it full recognition. So before I continue, I have also just had a look at, or what is self-actual. Like, in this frame of mind in the moment, I could not find the answer within myself, really. What it even is, how could I self-actualize through my grief? What does that even mean? Like, I kind of knew, like I spoke to him about it and other people about that we have to go through the pain in order to heal from it, basically. And many other things that I'd said, actually. But this is a summarized, kind of cleaner version. That's not my words exactly, but self-actualization, actualizing through grief isn't about bypassing pain. It's about becoming through it. Grief strips you down to your rawest form, revealing what truly matters. If you're willing to meet it rather than avoid or suppress it, grief becomes sacred ground for growth. Here's how that process can look. Because I was just like, what am I actually going to do? Like, and this is actually, maybe I will read this part. Like, from the morning, I had a lot of, this ear is actually sore. Must have laid on it funny. And this part is releasing that's been tight for quite some while. Which I've always knew, that feminine side. It's the mother wounds of not being heard. Anyway, this is what I found out anyway. Left ear, neck and jaw, lots of shifting, and the emotional associations for it. Relationship wounds, especially mother, not being heard. Intuitive gifts not being received by my loved ones. Feeling unseen or unappreciated. Difficulty receiving love, care and attention, or potentially not getting it. Right shoulder, because that was also after I realized all of this. It was like, once I gave that the attention, and sometimes another part of your body will pop up. Just when you when you address one thing and you notice something else. Like, all right, I've done that main issue now. Now there's this too. Especially leading down, it's sort of connected. So right shoulder, ultimately giving too much and suppressed assertiveness, trying to hold it all together, doing without taking time to be in alignment. And yeah, ultimately needing to express my griefs and my truths are within that as well. So what I was going to say was about that right shoulder, which is where all the pain is at the moment. Really needing to stop doing. Stop trying to hold it all together and provide something for work. Like it says, ultimately giving too much. Suppressed assertiveness. You know, not doing what I need to do. Not having the right boundaries around work, especially. It's that masculine side, right? Anyway, so it sort of all aligns with this, you know. So the process, you know, that's right. Being obsessed with having a process to do, and even this, me finding this process is kind of useless in a sense, because I already knew what I need to do. But just in case this has some sort of value for someone else that doesn't quite know or understand why it is so important to sit in our pain. Point number 2 is going to be useful for me to give me something to go back to when, because I can just sit in grief and cry. But all it's going to do is make my eyes puffier and puffier. So, number 1 is accept what is, even the mess. Self-actualization starts with truth. I can really write down. Yeah, it's funny how everything is aligning. And grief is brutally honest. Let it break you open. Let the numbness, rage, sadness, and silence all exist without judgment. This presence, see, this is what I mean. I'm judging myself. I'm trying to make sense out of it all. This presence with what is lays the foundation for something real to grow. But then, number 2 is ask the deeper questions. So it's like, don't ask questions, but then ask questions. But number one thing that it says is something I've been asking myself for a couple of years now, or maybe most of my life. Who am I? Specifically, who am I now without this person, identity, or phase, this thing that I'm grieving? Which I'm grieving a lot of things, situations, people at the moment. What am I here for if not just to survive? It's exactly what it feels like. And I know I'm not alone when it comes to that. Sort of the deeper issue that I'm seeing within the world, seeing people struggling to survive and doing really unsavory things. What part of me died that was never truly me to begin with? Very deep questions that I need to dig deeper into, and I don't even know how long this is going to take me. It's already been 2 weeks. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of time, of things to come as well, I feel. But it's a cleansing. It's clearing the way so that I can handle whatever comes next even better. Grief has a way of burning illusions. Let them burn. Number 3, or step 3. Grief holds powerful life force energy. Even if it feels heavy, express it through writing, movement, art, sound, or ritual. Creation through grief becomes the bridge between pain and purpose. Which obviously I've already been doing. I've already been writing it all down. I do potentially need to move a bit more, but I've been moving. But in time, I would like to be moving and dancing more. Potentially creating space for a facilitated group, ideally. Collectively shift these energies together, not alone. Because this is what I'm mainly grieving, is my own disappointment and loneliness. The disappointment that the system outside is forcing people to struggle, and in that struggle we can't come together and help each other. It's like the solution is the problem and the problem is the solution, kind of. I haven't found the right words for that one, but... And last but not least, I guess. Reconnect with meaning beyond yourself. Grief cracks the ego. It asks you to look at life through the lens of soul, of connection, of something bigger. Whether that's nature, spirit, humanity, or a deeper inner compass. Let grief humble you into wholeness. So I guess it's letting go the things that don't serve us so that we can be whole again. So I don't know what the rest of the day has for me, or if I'll share this anywhere. But I really did feel that going through the process of my journaling in the morning, my feeling into things, my following the divine guidance of messages popping up through the way and listening to them, and then also tapping into my body and feeling that and listening and asking the question of what does this mean? What does that mean? Which I already knew most of the answers to all these things, but when you're alone, validation and having something or someone to help you find the answers is key. I can't just vent to people or write it down anymore. I have been doing that my whole life. Now I'm way more interested in productive actions to solve the problems. That's what I do. Thank you for listening.